Hi guys. I'm going to be doing the homework for pages 11 to 12. You should have watched the video to do pages 9 and 10 with the video, and then you can use this video to help you check your homework, okay? So let me just scroll to that page. And I'm going to do this by hand and also with the calculator so that you can see both. And you're welcome to do either, okay? All right, the student government in Arlington High School decided to conduct a survey to determine where to go on a senior field trip. They asked the students the following question: would you rather go to a sports event or to an IMAX movie? At which of the following locations would they most likely get a fair sample? So fair is the same as like unbiased. So you want to find something that is sort of random and that a whole variety of people could be at. So the gym's not great because that's generally people interested in sports. The auditorium, that's biased. It's usually people that like music or shows. So study hall, everybody loves study hall. Not just kidding. It's a random place. You get all different types of people. So we would choose study hall. And the nature club meeting basically has the same idea. That would be somebody that perhaps wants to go to an IMAX movie about nature or something. Okay, for the following set of data, calculate the mean and the median. Okay, so the mean is found by adding everything together and dividing by how many there are. So we're going to add all those numbers and then divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9, just to double check. Okay, so I'm going to do this just, by hand, but I am using the calculator, I guess, 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 16 plus 17 plus 20 plus 24, enter. So 113 divided by the number of data sets, points, which is 9. And that gives me 12.555555, a repeating decimal. I'm going to round that. I believe it said to the nearest 10th. Round it to the nearest 10th. So the mean is equal to 12.6. And that was 113 divided by 9, a little bit of scrap work. Okay, so since there are 9 data sets, 12 would be in the middle. So if you look at that, there's 4 to the left, there's 4 to the right, equal groupings. So the median is equal to 12. Okay. For the following data set, calculate the mean and the median. So I'm going to show you how to do this using the 1var stats on the calculator. Okay. So for 1var stats, you would go to stat, edit, and hit enter. And then you type in your data set. So 5, enter, 5, enter, 9, enter, 10, enter, 13, enter, 16, enter, 18, enter, 20, enter, 22, enter, 22, enter. Okay, so hopefully I typed it correct. 5, 5, 9, 10, 13, 16, 18, 20, 22, 22. Okay, then you hit the word stat again, and you go over once to the word calculate. And then it says 1var stats. 1var is short for, or a nickname for one variable. You hit enter. You want to make sure that your list is where it's listed. And I entered each number individually, so I don't have a frequency list. On the next page, you will actually see an example of a frequency list. So then I hit calculate, and here it comes. X with the bar over it, that is equal to the mean. Summation x, that means the total of all the x's. Summation of the x squared. You don't need to really know that one. And then the next two, these are standard deviations, which talk about spread. And we're going to do that in a couple of days, but it's right here. To get the median, I have to scroll down a little bit. And it's right here with your 5-number summary that you use for your box plot. So the median is 14.5. Okay, back here. So I have the mean, otherwise known as X with a bar, was 14, and the median was 14.5. When data is symmetrical, the mean and the median are close together. So both of these look fairly symmetrical, meaning that the measures of center are close to each other. Okay. Which of the following is true about the data set? Okay, so the median is 5, and the range is 9 minus 3, which is 6. 5 is not greater than 6. Okay, the mean. If I add those together and then divide, I did that. I had 5.8. 5.8 is greater than 5. That is true. So we're going to go with choice 3. Okay. Which of the following data sets has a median of 7.5? This is 8, so no. 1, 2. This is 7, so no. This is 7.5, so yes. There you go. Not so bad. I would bet that most of you do remember this from 7th or 8th grade. Mean, median, mode, range. Don't really talk about mode that much, but mode is the one that appears the most and it's useful. So like in this case, this is a frequency chart. So it says that the number of accidents of 0 was obtained by 6 people. So basically 6 people had no accidents. 8 people had 1 accident. 4 people had 2 accidents. 1 person had 3, and 1 really bad driver had 11 accidents. Thank goodness they don't live in my house because my insurance costs enough as it is. Calculate the mean and median for the number of accidents in this data set. Okay, so there's 2 ways that you could approach this. You could actually type into your calculator 6 zeros, or you could do like 6 times 0 plus 8 ones, or 8 times 1, plus 4 twos, plus 1 3, plus 1 11, and divide by the total, which was 20 people. And that will give you your mean. You could also use the calculator to use a frequency table. So what you would do is similar to when you do linear regression. You would enter the first, enter to clear list. You would enter the first part of the chart here. So this would be 0, and then 1, then 2, then 3, then 11, unlucky person or really bad driver. We don't know. And then over here, got to get to this side. 0 has its partner of 6. 1 has its partner of 8. 2 has its partner of 4. 3 has a 1, and 11 has a 1. Now, it's really important that these match. Double check your typing, double check your chart. And now when you do stat, calc, 1 var stats, you are going to tell the calculator there's a frequency list, and that list is in L2. So to tell it L2, see L2 is written here in blue. So you hit second 2, and it pops it right in. And then calculate. Okay, so the mean is 1.5, which means the average number of accidents is 1.5. So you can't have half an accident. So there would probably be rounding involved when you report this. The median is 1. Okay, so here we go. So the mean is equal to 1.5, and the median is equal to 1. Are there any outliers in this data set? Yes. 1 person had 11 accidents. Very sad. Sad. Okay, so now to actually calculate an outlier, what you do is you do the whole box plot thing, and you want to find the IQR, which is the difference between Q3 and Q1, and you do 1.5 times the IQR, and then you add it to both sides of that box. We're gonna let that go for this year, but that's how you would do it. Okay, which number, the mean or the median, better represents the number of accidents? Okay, so the median does. And the reason is whenever there's an outlier or unsymmetrical data, you use the median. Okay, so use median whenever you have an outlier. True story. For so many years, I used to call it an outer liar. Don't know why. I do know how to read. And then one day I'm looking at it and I'm going, wait a second, outer liar? That makes no sense. Anyway, true story. Okay. Does this sample fairly represent the number of average accidents of a typical New York City resident would get over a 10-year period? A typical New York City resident would get over a 10-year period. This was taken by insurance companies. So, okay, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say no because these people are getting off a subway train. And if you're getting off a subway train, you don't drive a car as much as other people. So I'm going to say no. Subway riders are not typical drivers. That's where bias comes in. Okay. Construct a dot plot. Is this plot symmetrical? Explain your thinking. I'm already going to say no, it's not. Okay, so I got to put 6 dots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I have to put 8, so already poor planning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it only looks like a 7 because I didn't do good. So I'm actually going to erase, okay, guys? Just bear with me. I'm going to try to erase and make this look a little better for you. And I'm having so much trouble with this eraser. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why it won't erase. Why won't you erase? Doesn't like me. Stopped writing altogether. All right. It's writing again. This is going to look horrible. 2, 3, 4. And then 3 gets a 1. And then way over here, 11 gets a 1. Not symmetrical. You could say that it is skewed. Now, the skew is always named by the tail. So the tail would be over here. So it's skewed right. And I know that we talked about this in 8th grade. So I know you get it. I will fix this before I post the key. Thanks for joining me on the video. I hope everything is good. Oh, gosh, just want to go to school. I bet you'd never thought you would say that. I hope you're saying that too. Just want to go to school. All right, take care. Bye.